we may be live. Who can tell?
That was weird.
I know. So, hello everyone.
Hello.
We just had this really weird sort of freezy bit when we were coming on. So hopefully we're live. Hopefully you can hear us. If you can, let us know in the comments, because that threw me a bit then. That was a bit weird, wasn't it?
The countdown was so weird.
It was for us. Well, hopefully you're there. We've got Andrew there. Hello.
Hello,
And
Andrew.
hopefully you can hear us, Andrew. And Mark's on there as well.
Hello, Mark. Hello.
So let's get this sort of going with our cocktail of the month, because that threw me out at the start. Just while we get sort of going again.
Yeah.
But cheers, honey. So we've got a mojito. We've got that summer classic. Recipes along the bottom, along as being in the community tab as well.
Was it not a fancy mojito you did for us?
No, just normal mojito.
Okay.
Cheers, everyone.
You didn't cheers me.
I did cheers you. Cheers you twice now. Nice.
Oh.
We've got people coming on anyway and saying good afternoon and good morning. So we'll just say hi to a few people.
Okay.
I'll just knock that one off first.
Oh.
So we've got Bridget on. Hi, Bridget.
Hi, Bridget. Hi.
We've got Joe and Jim on.
Hi, Joe and Jim. Hi.
More from the Canada side with Steve.
Hi, Steve.
And with Steve P.
Hi, Steve P.
You just repeated the names.
Yeah.
And we've got the lovely Stuart and Karen from Martin Travel.
Hi, Stuart and Karen.
We've got Heather.
Hi, Heather.
Who's just come off a cruise.
Oh.
In fact, so many people that we know that are in the group at the moment are either just on a cruise or just got off a cruise.
Yes.
So if you have got any questions for us today, which will be fantastic, we don't just have to talk for now. If you can just start them with question, just so it's easier for us to see, that will be fantastic.
Lovely.
We did have a question that Mark Jerome put on previously in the Facebook group, I think.
Okay.
So whilst Mark's on here, I've already put in.
Oh, yes, I remember, yes.
Because he'd asked us about Resilient Lady and getting off the cruise and sort of how long did it take.
Yeah.
So what time did we get off the ship? How long did it take? And I paraphrased the question that he said.
Okay.
What did you do for transport back to the airport?
Okay, so we booked to get off about 9:30, didn't we?
Yeah, and we were off at pretty much bang on 9:30.
Yes, we were, yeah.
Incredibly good.
And our luggage was waiting for us.
Yeah, there were no problem getting off whatsoever, no problem with breakfast.
We did go back to a different terminal that we started from, but we arrived at the terminal that we should have left from. I hope that makes sense.
Well, we were due to depart from Terminal C in Piraeus.
Yeah.
And they changed it to Terminal A the night before.
Yeah.
Or the morning.
I think it might be in the morning, yes.
But there's only like 400 yards between them.
Yeah.
It's not like at Southampton where it can be a long distance. Plus, we've not parked anywhere. So it really wasn't a problem. And then we just got an Uber.
Yeah, we had to walk closer to the port doors, didn't we? So we didn't sort of...
Yeah.
Because he wasn't there. He was out of the port.
Yeah, but only...
Yeah, it wasn't
far at all.
It wasn't far.
And it was way, way cheaper than taking the normal taxi cabs. They're about half the price.
Virgin transfer.
The Virgin transfer, because she went to the Acropolis en route, which some people might want to do that. But that was $150 for the two of us, so it was more than $100 more.
Yeah.
Which...
Well, it's 75 each, is that right? 70.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, so hopefully that helps, Mark. But I say, if you've any other questions on it, do let us know. I'll just drop that one off of there.
Oh.
Brigitte is just saying that, cheers, you two have got me into cocktails. I used to drink squash before I found your channel terrible influence.
Oh.
But let's face it, these are nicer.
No, sorry.
They're much tastier, though.
They are.
Louis says she's on Iona next month and rewatching your wonderful Iona videos for tips.
Lovely.
Oh, thank you.
Lovely.
We've got two of our channel members who were on Valiant with, Pam and Andrew, who are on Iona now.
Yes, they got on yesterday. They
Yeah, because
got
they've
on.
been putting stuff up
Yeah,
in the group.
yeah, yeah.
So they had a whole 6 days between cruises. Just about enough time to wash and iron,
I think it was, and
and repack.
Yeah.
Millie's saying hi.
Hi, Millie.
Oh, and Joe is just saying we leave for 2 weeks today on Eclipse to Alaska, and they're ready to try their first Negroni.
Oh, okay.
Well, hopefully you like it. They do seem to be very Marmite, don't they, when people talk about them. We both really like them, but we know other people less so.
I don't know what to say because I really enjoy them. But some people do. Let me know how you get on. Let me know. Hopefully you like it.
Can we move the camera over a little bit as Linzi's face is being blocked by the chat? Well, we can move Linzi over a little bit. That's even easier.
Is it?
There you go.
Am I there?
Hopefully that's better.
Okay. Thank you.
Jeremy says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Germany.
Good afternoon, Jeremy.
And we've got Marius in from Lanzarote.
Wow.
Now, does he live in Lanzarote or is he on a cruise there?
Either way, exciting.
Yeah. And Louise says that she's loving your outfit.
Oh, thank you.
Couple of questions in now. Heather, what was your favourite restaurant? She's still recovering from Catch by Rudy. Giant portions, but gorgeous and worth £23 each. I showed you the pictures when they were in the group.
Yeah.
That looked really nice.
It did.
Massive improvement from Bistro sur Mer.
And you got a window seat as well, which is brilliant.
Yeah. They've said that they've stopped people walking through. I think Heather put that in the comments as well. They put signs up, or they put signs up. Whether it stops people, I don't know. But yeah, I'm glad that they changed sur Mer because it wasn't a good restaurant at all.
No,
not a good experience, and the portion sizes just look huge. What was our favourite restaurant on Virgin?
Oh,
it's easy to say the Wake because it really is a great restaurant. And it's fantastic for brunch, it's fantastic for evening. And this is the first time that we've been on Virgin and only been into it once for each of them.
That's true. And it was a 7-night cruise. Unlike, oh no, we went for brunch.
Yeah, we went for brunch and went for dinner.
Yeah.
We didn't go in for dinner twice.
No.
Which we have done normally, even on shorter cruises. I'm tempted to say Razzle Dazzle, which there's no way I would have said that before the cruise.
I would say it was most surprising.
That was definitely the most, because Wake was exactly what we expected, and we had that seafood tower, which was absolutely amazing.
Yes.
But when we went to Razzle Dazzle, if you've been to Razzle Dazzle before, that's the one that the original setup was going to be their vegetarian restaurant.
Vegan and like gluten-free.
Vegetarian and vegan and gluten-free. But they have a couple of what they class as naughty bits. Like some bacon in the morning, you can get a burger and some chicken. But in the evening, it was exactly the same menu as
they've not sort of changed it at all, no.
So they changed it to, and we didn't know this before we got on, I don't think, did we?
No.
To Razzle Dazzle by night, which they changed the lighting in there. How it was all set up.
Yeah.
The glassware, the cutlery, everything was completely different. It felt like a different restaurant.
Yeah, it was lovely.
And really, really tasty. So I'm tempted to say that. I probably still stick with the Wake. But Razzle Dazzle was definitely the most surprising.
Yes. Yeah.
Stuart and Karen saying, has sailing in warm weather changed your opinion of the ships? We think they're much better suited to sunshine.
Definitely.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's no secret that we love Virgin. They've got this reputation for being a party ship. And I don't think the show that they did helped the one telly. To be fair, Princess, when they did it, and P&O also didn't help them either.
Oh, was it Regent where they even made that look weird?
Yeah. I never get the idea of them doing those ones. But it's not. It's a party ship if you want it to be.
Yes, that's true.
And I think the difference of it being in the sunnier climates compared to when we went out of Portsmouth on Valiant and Scala, is that we work for the parties much more.
Yes, because we were sort of chilling during the day. We were making sure we had proper rest time in order to
Well,
go
because
out.
it was so warm,
Yeah.
certainly on the sea days, but when we were in the ports, we were only there.
Yeah.
We'd get off and be in there for a couple of hours, and
Yeah.
we'd come back in. And it's a very, very chilled atmosphere during the day on Virgin. It's probably a chilled atmosphere till about 7 o'clock.
But they have got more activities now, we've noticed as
A
well,
lot more.
during the day and from earlier on as well in the morning.
Especially on the sea days. Port days, this applies to all cruise lines. When they're in ports, there's not as many activities on.
Yeah.
But when it was sea days,
Yeah.
there were too many activities on.
There was quite a lot.
In terms of that, there were no way for us to get around them all.
No. And also with the parties that they have at night as well, if you're not somebody who likes to stay up late, if you go on Virgin, I feel that if you go to bed at your usual time, you might feel you're missing out, because that kind of, apart from Scarlet night, that night doesn't feel to kick in until 10-ish.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean the party nights don't really kick in till nearly 11.
Yeah.
Because you've got stuff like Scarlet Night, it starts to kick off at about 7:30.
There are, yes.
There's stuff that's going on,
Yeah.
like the
octopus goddess and everything like that, yeah.
And stuff going on around the ship. But it's definitely changed our opinion to the point that Linzi ends up in the pool in an evening gown at one point, which I can't imagine that would have happened on coming out of Portsmouth in the rain. So, and a slight plug for the video. So our new video today is the packing guide for Virgin Voyages, which might sound like it's very, very dull. It's not. We have got, whilst we're talking about what you need to take on that cruise line, I think it's more complicated to pack for that than it is Cunard in many ways.
Yeah, see, I know where you're coming from, yeah.
But we have got pictures of us at the party nights, and maybe even somebody jumping into the pool in her evening gown that she said on the live stream and on the video that she definitely wasn't going to do, and that's why she took the dress B.
I told everybody on the ship. Everybody on the ship.
I've got a separate dress. I will not be going in the pool in this. And you did. So yeah, it's definitely better suited to warmer climates. If you do get a chance to go on Virgin. I mean, I don't think they're due to sail out of the UK anytime soon anyway. I've not seen anything.
Apparently they've got some new itineraries coming up this month that are going on sale, because they're tweaking brilliant, aren't they? So
yeah, we'll be speaking with Karen and Stuart very soon.
Yeah, we will.
Because we got our little sort of voucher type thing when we're on the ship.
Yeah.
So we'll be using that as soon as brilliant going. Steve says that's better, thank you. Emma has said, hi Linzi Mark, question, how long have you been back and how long before you go off on your next cruise? We've been back well, we haven't even been back a week yet.
Where were we this time last week? Were we still waiting for his luggage? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Let's not go on about that again. Nearly 2 hours we were waiting for luggage at Manchester Airport. Just
we had
useless.
3 other flights use the same cap. I'm need a drink.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
let's just have a drink.
But we've been back on does it class as UK soil?
Yeah. Exactly a week. We next go on cruise in 82 days.
Something like that.
Not that I'm counting or anything.
No.
Which is Queen Mary 2.
Yes.
So the 25th of August.
I think it is.
And we know at least one person who's in the chats on that cruise. So it'll be lovely to see them and anyone else who's on the cruise. But yeah, that's our first Queen Mary 2 cruise.
Yeah.
And it's the fjords, so that should be lovely.
And it's what is it night as well? Eyes Wide Shut night. What's
Masquerade.
It called? Masquerade night.
Have they said that? No.
I thought you told me it was.
I did tell you it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be interesting. We've never done that before.
No. Joe said, what were the age demographics on the cruise? I heard it's hard to find seats to relax in. So yeah, 2 separate questions there. Age demographic, everything.
Well, in one of the shows, Misbehave, they have a section.
Which is a brilliant show, by the way.
Where they have a section where you all stand up and then you have to sit down if you...
Depending on how old
you are. And they call out ages and everybody sits down. And the last lady was 87, but she looked fantastic for 87.
Yeah, I'd be happy if I looked like that at 87.
So,
Plus, she were fully getting into it.
oh,
wasn't
she
And
was.
we saw that twice on the second one. I think it was 84.
Yes.
So there were definitely people in their 80s and 90s on there.
Yeah.
And there were people in their mid-20s. They weren't early 20s, really.
No, they were mid.
But I would say the main demographic were sort of 40s and 50s.
I would say, yes, I would say so. I mean, around the pool during the day, I went and sat at the other pool because there were a lot of people in their late 20s,
Early 30s.
And I felt like a hobbit.
Tall, muscular,
statuesque, Brazilian.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
I didn't care, just going.
I know you did, but and they're like this.
There was a resurgence of the Speedo on this
The
cruise.
Speedo
as well.
was back.
Yeah.
Oil was back. I'm there with my goose fat protection. Yeah.
But yeah, so all age demographics on there.
Yes.
I think how they originally advertised it, they were making it appear that it's a younger audience, but it's actually young at heart.
Yes, definitely.
And I heard it's hard to find seats relaxing. No, not at all.
No, the seats are interesting. The lounges by the pool, they're not. There's no padded lounges, even.
They're comfy enough.
They're all right. It's getting up and down.
The beds are comfy.
But I found those secret lounges
on the promenade.
On the promenade deck near the dock.
Yeah,
they were lovely. They're like really, really nice.
And great for cruising out.
Yes, and then there's some lovely cane furniture ones at the dock as well.
Yeah,
with really cushions. There's those low wooden ones, but
there's some really nice cushions.
Yeah, those wooden ones. They don't have as many now.
No, it's not hard on our particular cruise. It wasn't hard to find a seat.
No,
at all. And to be fair, that also applied on the other two, but they weren't quite as hot as
this.
Yeah. But even on the sea day, we had no problem getting somewhere.
No.
Mark Drum, did you do any of the extra pair activities like cocktail making or tequila tasting? If you did, how were they? So on this particular one, we didn't do the cocktail making or the tequila tasting, but we did do the cocktail making on the previous cruise.
We did the afternoon tea.
We did the afternoon tea with the champagne.
Yeah.
Which it was okay.
Wrong cream.
Yeah, well, whipped cream, wasn't
it? Whipped cream, wrong cream. Only one glass of champagne, and for some reason in our heads, we thought it was bottomless.
We definitely thought it was bottomless. So did we do any of the other one? So we did the Another Rose. That's a paid.
We tried to do the painting,
supper,
but that was sold out.
Yeah, so I'll just go back to Another Rose first. I'll come on to that. So the Another Rose is a couple of hour dinner show, and it were $50 on this, but absolutely well worth every penny. The performances were amazing. You have food in there, but also what they don't make clear to you on the thing is it's unlimited alcohol while you're in there.
All the drinks.
You get 4 different cocktails, but you can go get more from the bar if you want of the cocktails at the side. But also they keep going around and filling up the champagne. And it was a really expensive rosé champagne, wasn't it?
It was lovely, yes.
When we saw it on the price list, I think it was $25 a glass. $21 a glass. And we covered our admission fee on that before we sat down.
Definitely, that was before we sat down, but definitely.
Yeah.
We'd had a few cocktails before we sat down, and so we were definitely up on the evening.
But the other one that you were saying that was really popular, and we're trying to get into, I know Andrew and Pam did it, which was the boozy painting. And you don't have to be an artist. And hopefully Andrew will put something in the Facebook group about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, because when I own it.
Yeah, not now. At some point they'll put something in there, some pictures. But I think that were about, it were about $30.
Yeah, I think so.
And you go do some painting and they give you unlimited alcohol. A lot of the ones that you see on there, and we've talked about this before, haven't we? On Virgin, it looks like it's expensive, but then you realise there's a lot of alcohol included on it, and all of a sudden you're like, we're actually up on this.
Yeah, I can get my money's worth here.
Yeah. So no, we didn't specifically try the tequila tasting, but we had a lot of tequila.
We did.
And we didn't do the cocktail making this one, but the cocktail making one, shot for shot,
that's a fun
is
one.
a really good one, and the mixology one's a really good one as well. Steve Pete, how did your cabin compare with your previous Virgin cruises?
We wouldn't.
I'll
pick
let
it-
you speak. We'll have a drink. On this.
Okay, we wouldn't pick it again. It was the XL
Sea Terrace.
Sea Terrace, yes, but we were right on the corner, deck 11, like on a little wedge.
It was semi-obstructed,
Semi-obstructed. We didn't have a hammock. We had the cage.
which is awful.
It just kept turning towards the bedroom.
You wanted to look out at the beautiful views, and it just kept turning back inside.
Yeah,
And you ended up feeling sick on that.
it was a bit weird.
And the furniture, you'll have seen it, I'm sure, at this point on the tour video, where it was like high bar stools and the same. So, and also because of how it was cut into the ship right at the front,
Yeah,
it ended up acting like a wind funnel where it just came straight in. So even in where it were red hot outside and not a breeze,
we were a crosswind.
it were fairly unusable. And we have commented to Virgin about that. We commented when we were on board.
Yes, we did.
And just said, look, because we'd paid to go on the XL terrace, which is more than the normal Sea Terrace,
Yeah.
but you don't get to pick where you are on Virgin.
No, it's
they
always,
allocate it like you're in a hotel, which is fine until something like that happens.
yeah.
So yeah, definitely wasn't as good. I'd be very, very wary of getting an XL. The actual room itself was brilliant.
Yes.
And we'll talk about that in the review in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that was great.
No.
Stu says, hello, welcome back. Hope you had a blast.
Thank
I hope
you.
you had a blast in Japan, Stu, 'cause we've been looking at that going, oh, we've got a year yet. But that's looked an amazing vacation, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's very snazzy.
And we've got all aboard the cruise life. Hey, guys.
Hello, hi.
Millie says, question, do you use a travel agent to book your cruises, or do you look at a price and go with the travel company? So I mentioned the lovely Martin Travels, Stuart and Karen. You'll also find them in our Facebook group.
We use that.
That's who we use. We met them on a Virgin Voyages with Valiant.
Yes.
Just over a year ago.
It was the March.
And we got chatting to them and sort of tried them on the next one.
Yeah.
And everything was just way easier.
Yeah. And they're honest. They're so honest. Like, for example, the transfer when we got off in Athens, the airport to the hotel, they sorted all that. That was
good
wonderful.
price.
It was a big fancy Mercedes that picked us up.
Yeah.
But then when it came to the transfer from the hotel to the port, they ran the costings and also then looked at Uber and what it'd be for a taxi. And they're like, you're best off just doing an Uber, because what it'll be for a transfer with the transfer company is
not worth
silly.
it.
So yeah, I mean, they're great.
Yeah.
They're great.
So that's who we like to say. Please do give them a try and just mention Sweet Natured when you do it, because they do support the channel. So if anything's booked through them, we do get something from it. But that isn't why we use them. But just while we're talking about the Facebook group, for those that didn't know, we do have our own Facebook group. Did you know that?
Oh, I did. This bit always makes me so uncomfortable.
Well, it's not. It's just the Facebook
I
group.
know.
So at the time of recording today, we had 188 members.
Oh.
So if you're not part of the group yet, please do join in. It's a lovely group.
It is so lovely.
So some Facebook groups can be
intense.
Yeah, let's go with intense. This isn't one of them.
No.
So take a look at the Facebook group and you'll be able to find Martin Travel in there and lots of other people as well.
Yes.
Back to questions.
Say, have you done your bit now?
And Bridget says it is Masquerade Night. So I did tell you that.
You did tell me.
I had forgot.
I've seen a dress in the sale. I'm hoping it's okay. That's all I'm going to say.
You bought one.
I know, but I didn't.
You can show it on the next live stream.
That's if I keep it. I don't know if I'll keep it.
It looks nice.
Mm.
They picked well for the Scarlet Night.
Oh, yeah.
For Linzi, who won Best Dressed on Scarlet Night competition.
I did.
And then jumped in the pool in the dress. All aboard the cruise life. They're looking forward to our Greek Islands cruise with P&O on July the 6th.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, not long now. Who are you going with on that one?
Which P&O?
No, I went which ship.
Oh, okay. Great.
He didn't come across clear when I said that. You're right. Tracy says, hoping you can convince me to try Virgin like you did Yacht Club. Tracy, okay. Would you say if you like Yacht Club, try Virgin? They are very different.
They are very different. But it still feels okay. It's not Yacht Club, but you still feel you're
It
being
feels luxurious.
spoiled. Yeah.
I would say the service throughout the whole ship and the staff are at that same level. You don't have a butler. Well, you do if you're in the Rockstar suites.
Yeah.
But I don't think Rockstar and Mega Rockstar directly compare to Yacht Club.
No, they don't. No, because
There's
no
not
restaurant.
not as many perks in there.
No.
Plus, you don't need to get escorted everywhere.
No.
You've got a concierge and they do those sort of
Yeah.
bits, and it's got its own private pool area, which is okay. But across the whole ship, if you compare MSC and Yacht Club as a whole ship, the service on Virgin is far better.
You know what? I would agree. I would agree. It's really fun. It's such a fun ship.
Yeah, it is. If you do, we've talked about the parties, and you're going to see them in the videos over today's and coming weeks. It might come across that it is just a party ship. If you don't want to take part in that, you really don't have to. There are so many areas where you're not part. Scarlet Night's hard to avoid because that's ship wide. The other parties tend to be more isolated. So it might be in the Manor, or they might be down in the Red Room.
Yeah.
But the entertainment is a different level. It's phenomenal.
It's a different beast. It feels very grown up entertainment.
Yeah, it does.
Very grown up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
the Lola's Library one is essentially a burlesque show.
But we can't go into details, though, so we'll be bad. But it's it's very different.
We'll be showing some of those ones because I'm definitely not putting those on normal YouTube because YouTube will just slap our hands. But we'll be sharing them on the members only section.
Yeah, that even makes it sound.
It does sound worse. Yeah. If you are a member of Sweet Nature, slight plug for the membership, then those ones on there don't get put out to the public, so we can show the entertainment in there.
It's a good job.
You get all warm now.
Yeah, have you seen the colour of me?
I know. Warm,
oh my!
So Tracy, do give it a go. I would strongly encourage you to try sort of the med ones, like the Athens or the Adriatic one. Barcelona, any of those ones. Caribbean will be equally fantastic, but those ones, and they have some fantastic offers on. And
they do.
Speak to Stuart and Karen; they'll tell you what's coming through.
Yeah, they had a great one the other day as well.
Well, they've just booked on it as well, Stuart and Karen. So I think they're going on. Correct me and chat if I'm wrong, but I think they're going on it in 2 weeks' time. And they weren't planning on going on Virgin this year. Saw one of the offers. I'm like, yeah, we're going on that.
I just got all warm thinking about that entertainment again.
And some of it's right above your head.
It certainly is.
I do mean like that. Yeah.
I don't even know.
Legs akimbo. When are you going on your Marella cruise? Looking forward to your opinion on that one. Well, we're not at this moment in time because we swapped out Resilient for Marella. Because
Marella for Resilient.
Yeah, because originally Resilient we were meant to be on last year to do the transatlantic, and then they moved it into this year. So we moved that then for Linzi's birthday, and we've swapped the Marella out.
But we saw it.
We were parked next to it.
We saw it. We saw
our room.
Yeah.
So we will be doing Marella at some point in the future, Dave. I'll keep you posted on it. But we were next to it in two ports, weren't we? It was doing the same itinerary.
It's very similar, yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, we had to choose which one of the two, and
we took the one with all the credit.
We took the one with a lot of credit. Yeah, I mean that's one of the things on Virgin at the moment. When you think about value for money as well, the amount of
excuse me,
you're right. It's you thinking about those legs akimbo, and the amount of onboard credit that they're giving away at the moment is staggering. We thought we were doing well because we had, I think, $1,200 worth of onboard credit. And we spoke to other people who had nearly 2,000 at one point. I'm like,
and they kept going to the watch shop.
Yeah.
And then walking past.
Yeah, we spoke to two others who bought 2 bottles of champagne on the last day because you can't get it back.
And then they put it in the suitcase.
Yeah, they did. So you know who you are if you're watching. We won't say names. But it's really good value at the moment. I think they're also doing some airfare contributions as well.
I think they are.
Martin Travel.
Hello.
How was it not being a rock star? We're in a sea toast on Valiant Lady in a couple of weeks and going to miss Richard's rooftop. Well,
We did miss Richard's rooftop.
we did, yeah.
And the hot tubs there, but we went to the hot tubs in the aquatic centre instead, didn't we?
And they were quiet anyway.
And they were quiet.
One thing that they have done, which has changed.
Oh yes,
Champagne hour. Yeah, go for it.
Champagne hour.
And it's a full hour now.
It's a full hour. All you can drink. Is it between 5 and 6?
Roughly.
In an afternoon, they just crack open the bottles of champagne. All you can drink champagne within that dedicated hour. So the two couples that we met up with,
including Andrew and Pam being one of them.
they'd be half cut by the time they met us.
Because they'd had free champagne for an hour.
It did mean though that karaoke was hilarious. But they were half cut. So then of course they weren't dipping into their
onboard credit.
No, because they didn't have to drink as much when they were. It were like they were students having pre-drinks before they went out, and they were.
We were very jealous.
So we were very jealous of that.
That's really the only thing. Yeah, we're not having the rooftop, but it wasn't a problem anyway. The ship wasn't packed to capacity, and we could get in the pools and the hot tubs whenever we wanted anywhere. But it'd have been nice to get that.
I would like to do it again.
Yeah, I suspect next time we're back on, we'll be booking Brilliant when they announce it.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me as well. Excuse me.
Don't you just love flying?
Yeah, I don't have time to press mute then, so apologies.
Pardon me, I'm just a wreck.
When we go on Brilliant when that gets released, I do think we'll probably be back to Rockstar again. Although Mega Rockstar is very expensive.
It's gone crazy.
We'll
yes, because one of the group asked to see if they could upgrade at the check-in desk and said, "Oh, do you have any Mega Rockstar available?"
And they were already in Rockstar.
And they were already in Rockstar, and they came back and said, "Was it $12,000?
$13,000
dollars?" Oh,
yeah, they didn't do it.
No, they didn't. No,
which absolutely right. Heather, on other cruises, what's your favourite main dining room? We're underwhelmed by Sky Celebrations night, so I went buffet the rest of the cruise. Was amazing, especially seafood night, lots of live cooking. For me, it'd be Celebrity.
Yeah, Celebrity's
main dining room was pretty special.
It was on the Solstice class. I'm hoping it is on, what's it called?
Edge class.
Yes.
Yeah, we do pop back on there.
Yeah.
That's the one that's sort of straight to mind.
Yeah.
Although I guess Virgin is all main dining room, every restaurant.
The one that's the most main dining room, I would say, is Extra Virgin.
Yeah, but they're all similar size.
Yeah, they are, yeah. I would say Celebrity.
If we're picking one that's got a main dining room as opposed to Virgin, which you don't pay any more for, then
I do like a wedding cake tiered main dining room.
Cunard were nice as well.
Cunard was lovely, yeah. So we'll be able to suss that out again as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you two booked on Paul and Carol's alleged group cruise?
Oh,
not as yet. You only told me about it the other day.
Yeah, I think they're doing Scandinavia May 2025. Now we've got our voucher, so we've not got that queue. We haven't looked at 2025 yet at all, so we've got it on as radar. So we'll see.
Yeah, we're booked on Gary's, which is next September.
Yes, and so Paul and Carol.
Yeah. So if we can get on it, we will do. It's just
what's happening.
What else is happening and where?
Yeah.
Missy D, they're both on Mojitos tonight as well.
Cheers, Missy D. Cheers. Oh.
Bridget's saying, are the swimming pools on ships heated? Now, if you mean ships, not just Virgin, it varies. If you mean on Virgin, are they heated, Linz?
Not during the day. Well, they are slightly with the sun.
Yeah, they are heated. They're not just freezing.
But for the party night, it was warm.
It looked like a bath, wasn't it?
It was like a bath.
Yeah. But generally speaking,
it depends.
It depends on the itinerary, where they're going, what time of year it is.
Is it an indoor one? Is it? Yeah.
So just tell us in the comments if you meant a specific ship.
We'll find.
And we'll tell you.
And we always like to test the water, no pun intended.
That's very good.
Thanks.
We'll be back on Azora after a few years since saying
Oh,
that. Well, we've
Azora.
not done Azora yet.
We keep looking at it. I think it's going out of the Canaries at Christmas time, and I was costing up Christmas cruises just for
Fun.
research fun purposes the other day. So yesterday, I don't know what day it is anymore. Yesterday evening, and I just kept telling you the amounts, and then we just started laughing, didn't we?
Yeah.
So it's crazy, the pricing.
Martin Travel, how many cruises has everyone got booked? We've got 5. Do you think we have a problem? Given that
We haven't got 5.
well, hang on.
What have we got?
So we've got Queen Mary coming up, Queen Mary 2 coming up,
Oh,
then
maybe we've got
Apex, then Icon, Queen Mary.
Queen Mary. We've got to book. We're doing it on
Gary's.
Yeah.
So
And Japan.
And Diamond Princess.
Mhm.
That's 6. Yeah, we've got a problem as well. It's nice to book them, even when they're that far in advance.
It is nice to book.
And then you're always on a countdown, aren't you?
Yeah.
Mark has just upset me.
Why? What's he said?
He says, we booked the same cruise as you using the current Virgin Red offer of 80,000 points, so essentially a free cruise. Were you aware of this deal?
No.
And I am a Virgin Red.
Wow. Mark, you have to tell us how they get on. Oh, that'll be amazing.
Yeah.
That's
an amazing one, isn't that?
Oh God, I'll have another drink.
Yeah. I need to have a look at that.
Oh, which one are you going on? Which one was it?
They booked the same as us. I'm assuming Resilient doing the Adriatic.
Oh.
Definitely recommend joining your Facebook group. Such lovely people, very informative and grateful.
Oh.
Thank you. Yeah, they are all very lovely.
Yeah.
Joe, you enjoy that?
I just got a line of it.
Oh. Question: do they do an afternoon tea? You can talk about this while I do this.
On Virgin, yes, they do.
It's at SIP, isn't it?
It's at SIP. It was $35 per person.
But that included the champagne. It was 19 if you didn't have it.
Yeah. They didn't do the right cream, and it was okay.
It was tasty enough. It went in order for me of the savoury stuff were great.
Yeah.
Then the sweet stuff was okay.
Yeah.
That little layered rainbowy cake were delicious.
But they did like a plain scone and then a cheese one.
Yeah, that was weird.
With cheese and spinach.
Yeah.
Where's my fruit scone? Where's my proper cream?
Yeah.
Oh.
So yes, they did one. I wouldn't bother with the champagne as part of it.
No, because it's not bottomless.
No. You sound more disappointed. Excuse me. But yeah, we genuinely went into it thinking it was bottomless.
And it's good for people watching because they sit you by the window, and people, because of how SIP's laid out, there's a sort of thoroughfare through the middle. So it's good for sort of drinking your tea, but then everybody can look at you as well. Like
yeah. Now, what was interesting, I mean, we kind of messed up a little bit because we didn't read the itinerary properly. But that afternoon one, I think we went at like 2:30 or something.
Yeah.
And at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, whatever time it was, about an hour after we had finished, they were doing a special magic performance. So it was the charmer who were coming in, who was part of the crew, doing close-up magic and stuff and performing stuff while you're having that, which I thought that was really good. We just didn't realise. But he did explain why it was quiet when we went in. He did
explain. Maybe he magicked the proper cream. That's what I would have wanted him to do.
That he brought in some proper
clotted cream. That would have been nice.
Steve said, do you prefer going from the UK rather than a fly cruise?
Oh, that's a good question. I forgot how much of a pain planes are.
This was the first time that we'd flown.
Since January 2020. And that was an internal flight, and a flight that doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
So it really depends, doesn't it? It's just
obviously, if you just go from the UK, unless you're going on a much longer cruise, you're pretty much guaranteed to be staying in cooler climates.
Unless you're very lucky.
Yeah, great for going to the fjords, and we're going out of Southampton on Cunard. But even going to the Canaries, you're at 14 nights to be able to do that.
And you have to go across the Bay of Biscay.
Yeah, whilst it's more convenient, coming out of the UK, because you don't have an issue in Tech 3 suitcases, Tech 4. I mean, you'll see in the packing guide, we took 2 much bigger cases this time because we knew that we could get it in just under the limit, or we believed that we could.
Yes.
And whereas when you're at the UK, if you want to take 3 or 4 suitcases,
that's always, you don't have to worry about that. So that's good.
It'd be interesting from that perspective. But for me, I think if I'm being honest, Steve, I prefer traveling overseas because I know that I'm generally going to be getting better weather, but also I'm going to be going to places that I can't as easily get to from the UK.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just a little bit wider afield.
Yeah, it just felt weird being on a plane, I think, again.
It did.
And they charged £3.50. Was it £3.50 for a cup of Yorkshire tea?
Yeah. Should have taken some hot water on your own tea.
I think they charged you for hot water if you take.
I think they actually did charge for hot water. Yeah. Question from Mark Troll: how did you get on fitting all your dresses into your suitcase, Linzi, after going from the UK lately?
I did some magical packing, which is featured in today's video, and I managed it. I think. Would I take a full length sequined gown again on a plane?
Yes.
No.
Why are we going to jump into a pool?
I'll go chiffon next time. I just because I was worried about that.
But we took a lot of stuff that we ended up not wearing. We did bring quite a lot of clean stuff back.
You did. Yeah.
So you went through all your dresses, I think.
I did.
But it wasn't a problem.
No.
But you could watch the packing guide straight after this, and you will see. KB in the UK. Hi, Linzi Mark. Just wanted to say hi. We discovered your channel a couple of weeks ago, and we think you are fab.
Oh, thank you.
World Europa in Yacht Club in September.
Oh, nice. Oh, lovely.
Be really interested to hear what you think about it.
Yeah.
Make sure that you let us know in the Facebook group and share the picture in there.
Yeah.
Because it does seem to be mixed opinion on people who are in World Europa because it's a much bigger yacht club
than
Virtuosa.
I think if you're new to it, though, it won't be a thing.
Not at all.
No.
Which is why I said, because we've spoken to other people who've been out and they said
absolutely loved it.
Loved it, absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
And then others going, we're a bit on the bigger side.
Yeah.
But Virtuosa is not small.
No, it's not. It's not.
But have a fantastic time on that. We will get on World Europa or World America at some point soon. And they also said, don't forget to smash the light bulb. Yes, thank you. Do smash that light bulb. Not too hard. Don't break things.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, Google likes it if you like it.
Google does like it. Linzi finds it weird.
To be fair, because we're aware of it, whenever we're watching channels that we support, we make sure that we genuinely press the like on videos.
We do.
I've never ever pressed dislike. I don't genuinely get it. If you don't like someone, just turn it off. Stop watching it.
Right.
Anyway, Heather says, thinking of booking Fred Olsen 2-night Liverpool to Southampton after New Year. Seems to be a transfer back up north.
Oh, now travel blog Jamie just did this, didn't we? Watching his video yesterday, and I think for us we'd have to train it down and then train it from Liverpool.
Well, we'd probably end up driving over to Liverpool, park the car there, and then get the train down to Southampton. It's quite an easy train ride.
It is that side, I guess, yeah. But there has been some great pricing, and Jamie got like double upgrade as well. So
yeah, because I think went in an ocean view and ended up on
a super lovely balcony.
Really nice one.
Yeah. So no, we've looked at that. That looks great because we would like to try Fred Olsen, but we keep costing it, and it's a bit scary. But maybe that's the way to go.
Yeah, my problem with Fred Olsen, and it's the reason why we do need to try it, is because we listen to people who may have been on it, may have not have been on it, who say it's a much older audience, and we've thought, are we like with Virgin, where we thought, are we too old and it's a mainly younger audience? And the reality is, no, we weren't.
No.
And I suspect when we go on Fred Olsen, we'll find that it's pretty similar to everyone else, which is that sort of 40 to 60 being the main demographic, and you have people up and above,
but the menus look really
the
worldly.
food looks fantastic.
Yeah, it looks great. So you'll have to let us know how we get on, and we'll keep looking at that. Yeah,
because it's a good way of doing a test. I'm not massively keen on the thought of a 2-night cruise, because I think like 3-4 night you can get a little bit of a feel of it. 2 nights feels that you get on and get off, but it'll be cheap. Cheaper.
Good pricing.
Yeah, it'd be good value, I suspect. But also, it's a good way to try something where we're not as positive about that.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good thing.
Without committing 7 nights and spending a lot more money.
A lot more.
And just seeing whether it's whether it's for us. So,
let us know.
Well, we might have a look at that. That's after New Year, isn't it? Problem is, we're going on Icon not long after that one.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye out on it, though.
We will. Let us know if you go on it, Heather.
Yeah, because they've also come out of Newcastle as well, which is good for us.
Well, either side, we're pretty much bang in the middle where we are.
Yeah.
Matt and Trevor, we're definitely watching for some packing tips. There are some packing tips in it, but it's more what sort of stuff to take in there. For the
nights, for the party nights, yeah.
And then watching you in the pool.
Oh, thanks.
I have to say that Scarlet Night one was because that's our 3rd Scarlet Night, but it's the first time, because the other 2 were out of the UK, and the UK being the UK. It's the first time the weather's been good enough where it was on the top deck and in the pool area, and it is by far sort of my single favourite night that I've had on a cruise ship.
And what was better about it was we weren't expecting much from it, because we'd had done an excursion the same day.
That wasn't a good excursion.
It was not a good excursion. So we were a bit... But then we sort of got back, washed his face.
Because did we have another rose that night as well?
Yes.
Yeah. So I remember you saying, so we were sort of, we just got back in after this excursion. Which really want a good excursion.
Albania.
Yeah, from Kotor. We ended up like 5 miles from the Albanian border.
I wish we were joking.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that later, I'm sure. But we got back in, you're like, I really cannot be bothered with this tonight.
I could so not be bothered.
Because you were in such a bad mood after
I was in
being
a terrible mood.
Well, we'd gone on this wine excursion where we'd been promised lots of wine, and we didn't even get the equivalent of a glass.
But you didn't want to because of the toilet facilities and the bus ride back. I'm going to go off on one again. I can feel myself getting warm again.
Calm down.
And then we ran into, Andrew and Pam were like, meet us in, because we had a little drinks thing. They said, meet us in this bar.
I think we met them on dock, didn't we?
No, it was in the on the Rocks bar.
Oh, it was, yeah.
I got straight on.
Because it was also the Splash of Romance party night when we got on. Well, not party night. They were a cocktail party.
Drinks reception.
Yeah.
Everyone else is quite glammed up at this point. I stropped in like this. Sat down, and Pam was like, oh no.
She give you a big hug.
And then she gave me a big hug, and she said to the waiter, can we please bring Linzi some drinks? She's not had a good excursion. They gave me 4 drinks. I was lining them up like this. and I'm like,
it was champagne and sangria, wasn't it?
And I nearly swore then. I swore at Pam. And I was not in the mood for Scarlet Night.
But then when we went out, we then went to another rose.
Like I took some time out.
Put on your sparkly dress.
Put on my sparkly dress. Then went, oh, I'm not sure about this sparkly dress.
I was like, no, you look absolutely stunning in it.
Then I sort of totted off in my sparkly dress, went to another rose, and then
Which were fantastic.
And then it all kicked off from
And
there.
when we were on another rose, they came over to us fairly near the start, and a couple of the cast came and said, we'd really like it if you could be part of the show at one point. And as I said, we'd had such a naff day up to that point. Not Virgin's fault specifically at all. And we're like, yeah, fine. And then we ended up being on stage. They came to get us about an hour later, didn't they? By which point we'd had loads of cocktails. And they said they brought these two people over who were the high rope spinning people that you see. And like, right, we're going to harness you up and you're going to go up on the things. And we just looked at each other like, okay.
So they then swung us across the audience.
But to be fair, we didn't end up going like 60 foot in the air or anything like that.
No,
but when they said we're going to harness you up, we didn't know that. We're just like, yeah, okay.
Okay. Like, what?
But it ended up being, and then we went from there in Scarlet Night proper, which it was just such an amazing night. I said, because, and as you said, because the day had been so, we were really looking forward to this excursion. It turned out really bad.
We didn't take our own advice by doing the research about
research
about how long we'd be on the bus.
Yeah.
And we'd been on the bus an hour, and then the lady said, like up a mountain, over something, down some roads that were like, well, like, you know, the start of an action movie where James Bond would go flying past you and you'd nearly run off the road. It was that kind of, and then she pulled us, took us about an hour or so we'd been on it, and then she went, okay, so we're nearly at the toilet stop, which is at this petrol station.
And then we got about an hour and a half to go.
And all the Americans like gas station toilets. No.
Yeah.
So
we looked at each other like an hour and a half to go. And we're like, oh dear. Anyway, we've gone.
I'm getting home again.
So we filmed. It's like, people will forgive the coughing, I'm sure. But it's flashbacks to that. Janet saying, hi guys, sorry I'm late to the party. Never too late to the party, Janet.
Hi Janet, best time.
Fingers crossed our Scarlet Night will be outside too. I'm absolutely certain.
Oh,
well,
where
you're going down there, high probability it will be. Cancer said, oh my god, we can't wait for vlogs of another rose. I hope someone filmed it. They did. The people that were on the table with filmed it and then shared it with us straight away. So we have got footage of us being on stage in the swings. I'm not going to say that we look as good as the athletes who perform that. We look like two people who've been drinking cocktails, put in a swing and pushed. But it was such a great experience, wasn't it? We've got some great footage of. It's probably worth talking about the shows on Virgin as well. You know, while we're on this, at this point, because one of the bits that people talked about on Virgin when it first came up was that they were a bit weird on it, because they had things like the dual reality, the acrobat show, and not just another dance party or whatever it was called. And to us, we never found them that weird because we've been on lots of cruise lines. MSC do stuff that's just as odd. Royal Caribbean do stuff. Princess do stuff.
Iona chicken.
Iona and its hatching chicken in the Sky Domes that still stands as the weirdest one I've ever seen on a ship.
But they've now swapped weird for raunchy.
Well, raunchy's in there, but also they've just gone up a whole level in terms of the performances in there. So the first one that we saw when we were on there was Persephone.
Oh, yes.
The story of Persephone and Hades, and the staging on it were immense. You stand in it and you can move around as they're doing it, because there's like 4 different stages. There's like the main stage, a stage behind you where they jump around on it, and then there's like 4, for lack of a better word, pole dancing areas, which is what kind of they are.
Well, I guess
there were poles and they were dancing on it.
There's a lot of leather on Virgin.
Yeah, but the Persephone one was just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Then Another Rose was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
The Misbehave show, we went to see it twice, didn't we? And I don't want to spoil this for anyone who gets a chance to see it, because it's just so good. But the 2 leads in there Boo and Harriet were just amazing, and it's, you'd say differently if you want, but it's the best show I've seen on any cruise ship.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
It, you know, there's audience participation, but not in the, like, this forced participation. You just end up shouting and screaming a lot during it.
Yeah, and if you've had a couple of drinks before you go to see it,
Even more.
it's just it's hilarious.
It,
Mind's Mangler, that was
Mind Mangler, which had come straight from the West End.
yeah,
It's from the same team that did the show that goes wrong,
yeah.
and that was like a Darren Brown one, but where everything's going wrong.
That was brilliant.
And again, don't want to spoil anything as part of that, but it was just so very good.
Yeah,
Then, so you got those shows that are going on in there. Dual Reality was no longer on there.
no,
So it's gone off of Resilient, and it's not going to be on Brilliant.
brilliant. Yeah,
But as far as I'm aware, it's still on Valiant and Scarlet at this point.
Yeah,
But they've classed it as season 2 of their entertainment. It's the next thing. And well done to Virgin, because if you asking for a reason to go on Virgin, for me, it's the food
yes,
and the entertainment,
yes,
followed immediately, pretty much on par of the staff and the service.
yeah.
We are just mind blowing. But on top of that, then you've got like the little cabarets.
Oh.
We had sort of Lola's Library. Oh, I didn't even touch on Lola's Library when we were talking about that.
No, we can't. We've got to leave stuff for the stuff.
I know, but there's going to be just some amazing stuff on there. Janet saying this vlog is going to be the best this year for sure. Yeah, the members one, Janet, that you'll see on it will have stuff in from Lola's. It will have all the Scarlet Night stuff in. Some stuff we just can't put on the main channel. We wouldn't be allowed.
No,
we'd just immediately get taken off on it.
I mean, if they had those warnings like they do before a TV show, it'd
have lots of ticks on it.
It would.
But yeah, it was. We weren't sure before we went on this as to whether it'd live up to it again, because it was our third ship of Virgins, and they're fundamentally the same ships
in layout.
They've got tweaks.
Yeah.
So on this one we had the seahorses, not the swings, or
they've got rid of the record shop bit. That's gone.
Well, it's still there, but it's a DJ area, but you don't buy records anymore.
No.
They put some new shops in.
Oh, they have. They're very fancy shops as well.
Very fancy.
It's all for everybody's credit.
Yeah, that's what people are spending. There's little differences.
Yes.
There were a lot of changes to food and menus, in particular Razzle Dazzle by Night.
Yeah.
The stuff that were on at the dock.
We got menu A in Test Kitchen. No, that's the menu we like.
It was, yeah. Which they've done a new menu as well, which apparently people don't like as much.
No.
So it's just worth checking when you're on there which menu it is. But just, as I said, because there weren't going to be that many changes in our heads.
It was just like a whole new.
We weren't sure, but the reality was the entertainment had changed massively. Loads of things on the ship had tweaked. There were some similarities, so there were quite a few of the staff who are there, sort of ones that they put on all the new ships.
Abby
the hostess, who's just fantastic. Then you had Jake on there as well, who was on Valiant and Scarlet, I think.
Scarlet, Valiant. Oh, I can't remember.
One of them.
Yeah.
And William was on there as well. But you also had some really great new ones, like the Spark. And you had Alejandro,
yes.
And they all made you feel
Christopher.
Yeah, they all made you feel like you were part of it. We were having a drink one night, we were just waiting for some friends, and I just walked around the corner in the Rocks, and I came back around. You were sat with Bo and Harriet from Misbehave show. So we ended up just sat talking to them for like 50 minutes. Like, all right, we need to go find them. Like, look, if you can't find them, just come sit back here. And me and Harriet were sharing a chair. And it was just absolutely lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But that's the hour.
Wow. Well, look how warm I am.
I know. And you've got the new
Oh, it's on.
the new one on in a few seconds.
I
time.
apologise now.
Yeah. Get past just the bit where it's on about luggage and stuff, and there's some really fun
Oh,
bits
my
in there.
goodness.
We hope you'll enjoy it. And I see you still sun kissed up. You wear a hat, Mark. Yeah, I keep well covered up. And Stuart, can I say we now?
You do.
You talk about influence. I know we are.
Yeah.
But that's it. An hour.
Well, thank you for joining us, everyone.
Cheers, everyone.
I've not finished with
You've not. That's a first. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we hope you enjoyed the premiere. We'll be on there in the live chat in the premiere as well.
We're going now. Have a lovely day. Bye.
Cheers, everyone.